Hi, I'm Roger Mays, Director of Theater here at Chadron State College and also the Director of Doubt, our next production opening November 17th, running through the 20th. Welcome to our behind the scenes audition. Inside, you're going to hear what our actors think about the roles they're playing, how they approach those roles, and how they feel about being a student here at Chadron State College and a theater major. So, once again, welcome to our behind-the-scenes edition of Doubt.
This is actually a very different role than I've ever played before, just because I get to decide as an actor what really happened. I mean, the audience gets to decide what they believe happened, but I'm the only one who knows what actually happened, if that makes any sense. So it's very interesting. That's like the ultimate actor's dream, really, is that you get to make the one big choice about your character. And acting is all about making choices and everything, but that's actually one choice that I get to make in the development of my character that I've never had that freedom before.
I really have to remember that I can't be so nice. That's definitely a thing that Roger and I have been working on, that she kind of just steps all over people. She doesn't want them to talk. She doesn't care what they have to say. She doesn't want to have to hear anything from anyone else. And that's definitely not a mindset that normal people have. And so it's been hard to kind of take that step. And as I said before, just her fierceness in the character, how deep and emotional she really is, even though she can definitely come off as a huge witch. But if you take her the right way and understand where she's coming from, you can definitely get behind her in this show.
As far as being a lot like Sister James, I think that I tend to be close to that personality. However, she's very naive, very innocent, and that's sometimes hard because I guess I don't always view everything as good, and that's her biggest weakness, is in her mind, everything's good. In order to approach that role, I just have to be super positive, think of the good in everything, and just go for it. Like, have no doubts in that way.
I think me and the character are a little bit different. One, I'm not a mother, and two, I had to take it as if I was a mom, and if I truly wanted my son to succeed in life, you know, to go to college. And being in the 1960s, that's pretty hard, you know what I mean, for a black kid to go into a successful college. So I think I had to approach it by thinking as a mother and as my own mother. And I feel like, you know, those two, like my mom and that character itself, kind of combines together. So I kind of just took the role of a motherly figure.
This play is structured a little bit different than most plays in that we see a couple of sermons and one other monologue with Father Flynn where he's actually addressing students. And so those are the little moments when we actually get to see who Father Flynn is as a person, as opposed to who the other characters believe him to be or what their perspectives are. And so there are those little bits of snippets where we get to see inside Father Flynn, and then the rest of the play are normally structured scenes, and most of them are between Sister Aloysius and Sister James discussing what they believe.
This has been a definite change from some of the other shows that we've done. Obviously, this is a very dark, not comedic whatsoever kind of show. And so we definitely have to pull together as a group of just 4 people to make sure that we remember that we all do really still like each other, even though we kind of have to treat each other like crap sometimes in the show. But we all really do love each other, and we've been getting along really well. And there hasn't been any real issues with the cast or anything with the set, so.
For me, it's really new. I've never had this small of a cast, and to know that I'm working with such great people and seniors at that, and just me being a little freshman here, I think it's a very safe environment. They make me feel very welcome, you know what I mean, and they make me feel that, you know, if we have to try as hard, I have to try even as harder. And I think that keeps me motivated because I want to show them that, you know, I can be a part of your group, I guess you can say.
Every character has their doubts in the show, which is just great, and everybody approaches it differently.
So it's primarily about doubts that, you know, the head figures have about themselves and their own beliefs and what actually goes on in the church. Certainty and uncertainty are definitely large parts of this play, just because you're never, you have to decide as an audience member, you have to decide for sure what you believe actually happened.
You have to decide, me playing this role, and every character in this show has to decide what they think really happened. And they have to stick with that. And we discussed that we don't really want to tell each other. We don't want to know that kind of stuff because it might not make us fight as hard to figure it out. And so just the doubt kind of really does play in. It's not just acting, it's kind of real.
I think outside we're portraying certainty, like, you know, this is what I'm gonna say, this is what I think, and this is what I'm gonna go by. But behind it all, you know, as if you watch the show, you see a lot of uncertainty, I think, really in the face. And, you know, am I saying the right thing? Am I believing the right thing? Am I accusing the right person? So I think there's a lot of uncertainty that's really uncovered, that's really being covered more than there is certainty.
I think that you can expect to see, as an audience member, you can expect to see some amazing performances, for one. It's my last show here at CSC, and it's going to be one of the other girls in the cast, her last show at CSC, and we have one more senior who's graduating next year, so she's obviously going to give it her all. And also, LaSherry Campbell she's a freshman, this is her first role ever at CSC, so she really wants to break through and show everybody what she can do, and she's doing a fine job.
I think you can expect, after you're done watching it, a lot of thinking. You know what I mean? A lot of questions that haven't been answered. And I think that's one of like the best kind of audience is when they, you know, after watching a show like this, they still have it in their heads. And I think they'll be very shocked and very surprised of the answer that they have to answer themselves.
I'm just really excited to get this performance on with. I'm very excited to it's my last show, and I'm excited and kind of sad for that at the same time, because this place has been my life for a long time. So I really would like whoever watches this to come out and see the show.
Thank you so much for joining us for our behind-the-scenes edition of Doubt, and thanks to Dan Binkard, whose brainchild this is. We hope you'll come and see our show. Once again, those dates are November 17th through the 20th. It'll be in the Black Box Theater in the Arena. Thank you for joining us.